Hey guys, and welcome all of our high capacity leaders. We're so glad that you're here today. And I've got Dr. Amanda in the house, Dr. Amanda Hillman, and I'm Sherry Ward. And today, what we want to talk about is why recovery takes longer than it used to. So, Amanda, what do you have to say about that piece?
Yeah, I think it's how when I was a kid and even younger, I always would do sports and then I wouldn't take time to rest even when I had an injury.
Hmm.
And it I would learn over time, no, it doesn't work that way. The same thing with work and my productivity. When we were doing launches, like we've done things together, or working
Yeah.
with authors, or even with coaching, when I take on too much and then I'm going to the next project, it exhausts me. And I realize over time, I don't have the capacity to keep going at the speed that I thought I could. It's just not possible.
And I think rest needs to be in that recovery time because just even in nature, everything has rest. I mean, we always quote that, God created the earth and on the seventh day he rested, but there's things in nature that rest, like when you cook a piece of meat and then you have to leave it there to rest. It says that you need to let the land rest from the harvest. Like there's so many things in nature that just has that cyclical pattern of rest. And it's hard when you're high achievers, high drivers, you're going after high performance. It's hard because it's the go go go, the do, and it's hard to take that time out for recovery.
Yeah. And Sherry, when is the time that you recognize you weren't recovering well?
Really good question. I have a fantastic mentor of 4 years. And at the end of that time with her, she says, I really think you're burned out. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not burned out. Denial, denial, denial. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I think I am burned out, you know. So, Amanda, what would you say would be some of the ways that you could tell if you're burned out?
Yeah, ways that you can tell if you're burned out is that you're just not as excited about doing things. It seems more robotic, like you're just in motion, right? Almost like Groundhog Day. Every day I get up, I do the same things, and you just have less joy. Your sleep may be impacted, you're sleeping less, and it's just harder to get into things and you just don't have as much clarity and focus. You're just, hey, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. Oh, let's do all of it, right? You're just doing everything, and there's not
Let's
like,
do it all.
yeah, it's like, instead of one jelly bean, let me just take all of them. That kind of mentality, right? We're just in the whole bag, eating it. And so those are the examples. And I think I also want to go back to that rest part, because Sherry, that's a good point. Just when you're talking about rest, I think what happens, and this is, I'm speaking to a lot of people in believers, as we pray, or even perhaps as we get words, there are times where I hear, the more that I'm healing and the more I've been into shifting my capacity, I hear, what do I have to do? I have to do what God's telling me to do, or it's not going to work. I have to do this and this and this. And when that's the first thinking, it goes into causing your body and your mind not to rest. When you're thinking, how can I be with the Lord, and what does he want to do with me today, and how do I get to create, and how do I just rest and recover with him? And that's a whole different story. There's a shift. And so a
Yeah.
lot of times we think rest is just laying around, but a lot of times we're not doing that anyways. And so just being mindful too with rest and recovery, that you're not still overthinking or thinking, what do I have to do, which leads you to not recover.
And rest, I didn't realize this, but rest is an act of trust
Mm.
because you have to feel like you're safe. That whole safety thing kicks in. You have to feel like you're safe, that God's got your back. Because how can you rest if you don't feel like God's got your back? That means that it's up to you to make it happen, to do it, and all of that. And if once you give that up,
Mm-hmm.
that's a that's a faith walk of trust. So rest is actually trust. That like, hey, if I don't do something today, it'll still get done, and actually it'll probably get done better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that.
I'm probably preaching to the choir. It's preaching to myself.
I'm like, yes, that is it. Yes. Yeah. So if you're hearing this and this sounds like things that are happening to you, we have an upcoming high capacity challenge. And
Yay.
we have, if you click below, you'll see the link, but we would love to have you. We have a general challenge, and it's going to be 30 minutes, a lot of high engagement, high activities to help you really recognize what capacity is. And then we have a VIP. So we'd love to have you in VIP for high level questions, reflections, and really getting additional insights on how you can move forward in high capacity and what that looks like for you in this season with the Lord.
I love it. Well, go ahead and click the link below. See you there. Bye,
Bye.
guys.